He is absolutely beautiful. Good girl, Dixie. What a sweetie. Good girl. Good girl. We're pulling that.
We go a little bit spaced out and stuff, Ryan should be there.
Good girl. Come on, get up. Good girls. Oh, maybe it's someone different. Good girl, Dixie. Yeah, it's like literally pulling. Good girl, Dixie. That's awesome.
Once again, we do have very much as an option if you do want to go back to the
What the heck? That's not a service dog.
Team Blue, welcome to the ring. Safety gates.
And no flash fixers.
A lot of really interesting animals, so I'm only going to say their names once, all right? You got a weird-looking horse, a very tall horse, very small horses, very old horses, you can tell because they're in black and white, and you can, bad news, there's a cold going around the jungle, so a lot of people think it's...
Good girl. Good girl. I want to make a voice over on this part of the video because I really do want to describe what I saw. I wasn't able to record all of it, of course, because we were all busy trying to have fun instead of focusing on the people who were taking advantage of the law and trying to pass off their pet as a service animal. So we saw about 15 plus dogs. One of them for sure was a legitimate service dog, that yellow lab at the beginning, at least I hope it was. Could have been a very well-behaved pet, you never know, but I'm just going to assume it was a real service dog. It seemed to be a theme that people wanted to bring their blind, extremely old pets in. We saw, I think, 3 blind dogs, their eyes were just completely white, it looked like they had cataracts or something. All of them looked extremely old. There was this one Shih Tzu as we were walking out of the restaurant, and I could have got a very clear video of it because it was right next to us. But again, I wasn't even concerned that there was going to be a dog outside the door, but I should have known going to Magic Kingdom about every corner or turn you make there's going to be a dog. the reason I didn't record most of this is because half the time when we came around the corner, there's a dog right in our face. You really can never predict these things, especially in such a big crowd, or, it's just going to catch you off guard, so you really can never catch those animals on camera when it's so sudden. But, like I said, we came out of a restaurant, and there was a, 15-year-old Shih Tzu. I mean, this dog, its whole face was white, and it was like kind of like a black dog. Its whole face was just white. It was blind. It didn't know where it was at. It was panting so heavily. An older couple had it on a scooter. Then, right before we saw that dog, there was a Maltese in a service animal vest. And service animals can be carried, but I'm always kind of skeptical around ones that are carried because half the time they are fake. You really can never tell. This dog acted pretty well, but it did try getting to our dogs, sniffing and a little bit of pulling to get to our dogs. So I'm going to make an assumption that that one was probably fake, considering it had no manners, really. At least it wasn't barking and lunging, though, going nuts. That's a plus. And then we saw, a bunch of other little dogs. We saw more little dogs there than anything. Then we saw, that program golden retriever that I ended up recording and putting in the video. That dog was extremely questionable. The thing is, if you get a dog from a program, they're already fully trained. That's the package deal, is you get a dog who's already trained, so you don't have to go through the training of a service animal. You can just buy a trained dog and be good to go. Well, this dog that was supposed to be trained was pulling everywhere, lunging, just, not behaved. I didn't really, I had somewhat of a video recording this dog's behavior, but it was so far away that I would have to zoom in really, really close, and all you would really see is pixels. If you guys want to see that video before I delete it, because I'm just going to delete all these videos that I have in my camera roll anyways, so if you want to see that, I can try to get that if you guys want to see that, but it's just so hard to see, I just didn't put it in the video. I did put in where we got closer, and thankfully the dog was not dog reactive, but it had no boots on. That was the theme with a lot of these dogs, that they had no boots on, and the ones who were walking on the floor were, tiptoeing, and their feet were, literally burning, which, in my opinion, is not okay. Every service dog handler should have boots for their dogs, no matter what it is, especially when it's, 93 degrees outside. It was 93 degrees throughout the day, and the pavement gets 10 times hotter than that, so it's just really dangerous. If you were to put your foot on that pavement, your foot would immediately start to burn, and you would have, burn marks on the bottom of your foot. So, yeah, it was a red flag for me, and like I said, that golden retriever, it was pulling everywhere, it was going after people in a friendly way. Thankfully not aggressive, but yeah, at least none of the dogs this time were as bad as that American Eskimo we saw at Hollywood Studios who tried killing our dogs. At least none of the dogs were that out of control and aggressive, but still it's not okay to, fake a service animal. And then, I think I had it later on in this video that there was a golden doodle at the monorail stop. This dog was lunging after people. When the monorail stopped, this dog completely flipped out, tried jumping over the fence, tried strangling itself, started screaming out bloody murder because it got so scared. I think the dog even pissed because it was so scared. So the guy, picked it up and, held it in his arms and then brought it into Disney World. A dog who is terrified and can't even handle a monorail, he's bringing it into Disney World with a service animal vest on it. So I'm glad that dog didn't see our dogs, because I had a feeling that dog would react to our dogs with how reactive it was to a simple monorail. Ripko was a little bit nervous of the monorail when the doors slam shut because they're so loud, but at least she's not that out of control to the point where she's, flipping out, going nuts, all that. She just kind of, stands up and gets kind of nervous, and then she sits back down. But it's just not okay for people to be doing that. If your dog is not ready to handle Disney World, I don't care if it's a real service dog or not, just leave it home. Ripko, we were very skeptical on how she would do, but she proved us all wrong because she did absolutely amazing. She ignored every reactive dog we saw. She listened to every command. She tasked for my dad. She was just an awesome little dog. And that really shocked us because she had very few access trips. But we brought her this time because we had a couple people to watch her, but we we were like, well, why have people watch her and have her in a cage most of the day? Why not just bring her and try her out since she is a service dog in training? And we asked them if it's okay if we bring a service dog in training, because Ripco's been training for about 6 months to a year now. So Disney and the hotel said it's completely fine as long as she remains under control. It's completely fine. So we brought her, and she did awesome. Like, even compared to, like, the adult so-called fully trained service animals, she did 10 times better than them. So that was, like, a huge milestone. Anyways, sorry for, like, the deep breaths and, like, out of breath. I have super bad lungs, so I'm sorry if this voice message was kind of annoying to listen to. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This concludes our series of Disney until next year if we do happen to go. Not sure if we will. This year was super stressful with all the fake service dogs, rude people, just the heat. It was just a lot to handle. Most of these Disney trips ended up being cut short, like, around, like, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We would get there about, like, 8 o'clock in the morning. But then we would immediately go back to the hotel around noon to catch a breath. And sometimes we would come back, sometimes we wouldn't. Like, at Hollywood Studios, we went back around, like, 12 o'clock, and we never went back because of that aggressive dog, and it ruined the whole trip. So, thankfully, Disney fixed that for us. We told them about the experience about, like, 2 days later, and they gave us a free fast pass to Jungle Cruise, which I guess was pretty nice, but I just feel like Disney needs to get a better grip on those type of situations, because if that dog were to get loose, that dog could have seriously injured our dogs. It was not much smaller than our dogs. Like, the picture you're seeing right now of Dixie and Ripco, the dog's head would probably be up to Dixie's collar. So it definitely, it wasn't a really tiny dog, but it wasn't too big, but it was definitely, like, big enough to do serious harm if it would have gotten loose. And it was just too much for us to deal with. So, like I said, we went back to the hotel and just, like, chilled out the rest of the day, because it really made us upset that our dogs were almost attacked and nobody did anything about it. So, yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this was the last of the Disney videos, so don't worry, you don't have to watch a lot more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.